Welcome to Swing and a Miss, a baseball podcast.
Where our overconfident opinions are backed up by cherry-picked stats.
Who are all these people?
To help with the nerves, I'm picturing everybody in their underwear.
Oh no, they're hot.
Welcome to episode 30 and our first live show. Don't stop applauding. We have big egos. Thank you.
It's the boys from Minnesota back at it again. Hot takes from Nels, Tyler, Josh, and Ben. From the first batter up to the safe clinch, you bitch. Get up out your seats, it's Swing and a Miss.
All right, well, here we are, guys. We're at our first live show. How's everybody feeling?
Feeling good. I've got a delicious glass of dry cider in my hand. What are you drinking, Nels?
Pear cider. It is crisp and fresh.
I've got myself the sizer over here.
You guys, Ballpark Brews is later in the episode.
Well,
We're going with what we're starting with.
We all have something different, and we're here at Urban Forage Cider and Winery, and we thought that we should go over what we're snacking on.
Yeah, absolutely. So first things first, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Urban Forage, for allowing us to do this. Thank you to the three of you for sticking with this. We actually celebrated a pretty big anniversary 2 days ago. We published our first episode on April 2nd of 2025. So we're happy to have made it a year.
1 year.
1 year, and we're not
Kinda
done
crazy.
yet. And we're not getting any better, which is fun.
That's
I think we're getting a little better. At least
We
technically.
may have plateaued.
We definitely have done that. And one more thank you before we dive into the show. We need to thank Producer Man. Producer Man has allowed for us to record at our house for a year, given up her crafting table, given up her dining room table, and has listened to us talk about a bunch of nonsense for over a year now. So thank you, Producer Man.
Yeah. If anyone's concerned, the crafting table is back. The dining room is still a mess.
The crafting table is what is in front of us right now.
There's also a puzzle board now, so I think we made it work.
We have. All right, let's get into it. Let's touch base on what's going on around the league. We've got actual baseball now for 2 weeks. What do we think?
I think we're 4.5% through the whole season.
Wow. Mr. Numbers over here.
Well,
Is that sabermetrics?
No,
that's not a saber.
Is that simple math?
That's
like fourth grade
general
arithmetic?
division.
Okay.
General
What's the
division.
league OPS?
I have no idea what the
come on,
league
Tyler.
OPS is.
So, what are some of the highlights over the last couple weeks? What have you liked? What have you hated? I know we've got one big topic we really need to hit on, and that's the introduction of ABS and how that's gone.
Yeah, that was my first note on it so far with ABS. How are we feeling so far? I think I want to ask Tyler to start because the Twins lead the entire league in ABS challenges so far by a not insignificant amount.
Real quick, for the audience, if nobody knows, ABS is the new automatic balls and strikes thing that Major League Baseball's implemented. So you can challenge it, and the computer will say, yes, that was a ball. No, it was not. And you can take it out of the umpire's hands if you want. You get 2 challenges per game. If you get your challenge right, you get to keep it.
So you get unlimited right challenges. You get to be wrong 2 times and then you're done.
Which means when CB Buckner's behind the plate, you
You're
get
always
100
right.
of them per
You are
game.
always right.
So I am surprised about ABS in how much the crowd is into it. Like there has legitimately been some of the loudest cheers that I've heard across stadiums as an ump gets shown up by showing like that they were wrong, sometimes by a significant margin and sometimes by 0.1 inch where it's just like, okay, like that's understandable.
Well, you know why that is.
Well, yeah, people hate umpires.
No, actually, I wasn't going to say that.
Oh,
Well, that's also true. But we as a society love a reveal. Look at how much reality TV and what the reveal does for reality TV. It drives numbers. It drives interest. We love a reveal, right?
yeah.
And that's why we're revealing today that we're starting a new podcast only about Bravo shows.
So what you're saying
Nate is our first guest.
when there's a ball or a strike, it would get even better if there was a guy back behind with a little popper that just sprayed out some red chalk when there was a ball, and then blue chalk if there was a strike.
We're doing gender reveals
was
as
gonna
ball
say,
and strike balls now.
Yeah, exactly.
Gender reveals. Balls or no
Surprise!
balls.
It's a strike.
Yes, so the Twins have got the most ABS challenges. They've challenged 28 times. The next closest team has been the Yankees at 18. What's really interesting is that overall, the league has challenged 408 times. It's averaging 3.7 challenges per game. And generally, the split has been 50-50 between batters and catchers who've been challenging. But catchers are so much better at it. Catchers are right 64% of the time. Or I'm sorry, catchers are right 58% of the time. Batters 51% of the time. So
They're still over 50%.
and
slightly.
pitchers close to zero.
pitchers are awful.
They're like 1 for 6 or
They
whatever.
are the furthest away from home plate, and they should be disallowed from tapping their head.
I think what we've really found out is pitchers are too emotional. They see their pitch and they're like, man, I threw that really
Yes.
well. And then you get the review and it's like 5 inches out of the zone. And you're like, man, leave this to the pros.
I think we're also going to see some players that probably by the end of the month will be banned from their team from challenging ever. And it's going to be some batter who's going to be 0 for 8 or something like that. And the manager will come and he'll challenge the 9th time. He'll be wrong again. And then you'll see the manager chewing him out in the dugout.
We did see a manager ejection based on ABS. That was fun.
That was a weird one, though. I'm not sure how much of that. It was Derek Shelton, who was disagreeing with...
Which is the Twins manager.
Which is the Twins manager, who was disagreeing with how quickly the pitcher tapped his head. So you need to tap your head immediately after the pitch in order to challenge it. No signals or anything from anybody else on the field. It has to be instantaneous. He did that. I don't think Derek Shelton saw that. And then as he was walking off,
he clearly didn't see it.
Yeah, and as he was walking off, he tapped his head again. And I think that's what Shelton saw and argued about.
So how are we feeling about ABS? Do you guys like it? Do you hate it? I know we all had our thoughts going into the season. I personally love it.
One of the things I like about it is there used to be, if there's a 3-0 count and the pitcher throws a ball that's pretty close to the strike zone, but it's not, the umpire used to that was a gimme strike. Okay, it's close enough. That's gone. I used to hate that. That's out. If it's out and it's challenged, it's a ball and it's called that way, the way it should be. So I like to see that be eliminated.
Yeah, and I like also, I've seen quite a few 2-ball, 2-strike counts where the umpire calls strike 3 on a ball that's out of the zone. Batter gets to challenge. Now they got a full count. It really changes the entire flow of the game. It prevents bad strikeouts from really killing rallies. And I've seen a lot of those go from, you just turned me all the way off, Ben. I've seen at-bats go from basically an out that would have killed the rally to ends up being a walk. The batter gets another pitch and rips one into the outfield. And all of a sudden, the offense, you'll see a lot more offense because of this, I think.
I like it, yes. But I'm amazed at how much I am hanging on the drama of it. I'm excited about the outcomes, and I feel like they got me so easily by just waiting for that little animation to come up and the ball to hover in and to see whether it clipped that little white line or not.
There's 15 seconds?
I think it's about 6-7 seconds.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's very fast.
And I will say
I did it.
This is not new to baseball. It's new to Major League Baseball, but they've been trying this, testing it out in the minors for the last several years. So going to quite a few St. Paul Saints games, I've gotten to see it in the ballpark in action. And I love it. It goes really quick. You do get that energy of the crowd kind of waiting for, are they right? Are they wrong? And I think the key to that is just going to be keeping it quick. Because the thing that's worse with reviews, you watch basketball and they go into a replay review or football and it's 4 or 5 minutes and you're just like, all right, just make a decision and move on. The ABS is very quick and it's definitive. There's no judgment call to it. It's the computer says yes, computer says no, we move on.
There's a really funny part to the computer aspect of it. I don't know if you guys read that article that came out about a week ago, but So because every player's strike zone is going to be different, they had to be measured accurately by a laser this offseason. And a lot of guys are a lot shorter than what was in the media guide last year.
You don't get the couple extra listed inches
I think
for wearing platform shoes anymore.
I think the worst one was Bryson Stott was listed as 6'3" last year. He's 6 foot. He lost 3 inches.
Hey, but he kept that 6 in front, so good for him.
That's true.
It happens as you age. Like all of our grandparents have gotten a little shorter over the years.
Not when they turn 30.
Yeah, I was going to say he's not exactly a grandparent.
Oh, okay. Guess that's true.
My favorite thing about ABS so far is continuing to point out how bad CB Buckmore is at his job. He's just awful. We're starting to see him go by way of Joe West, Angel Hernandez, and some of the other horrible umpires. And it's about time we start bringing up some of these umpires in minor league baseball that are doing it well and have used ABS for a handful of seasons and know how to use it and know how to call correct strikes and balls.
I fully expect that in the midseason, we're going to get an umpire who's been in the game for 25 plus years to retire, to spend more time with their family because they're just sick and tired of being shown up by the computer.
I will say though, one thing that we do need to be a little careful about when we're judging umpires on overturns is like some of these that we see that are less than 1/10 of an inch off. Like you shouldn't ding the umpire for one that's that close.
No. And
It's these ones that are like 2 inches plus. Like when we're looking at overturns per ump, I think that we really need to dig in and be like, how many of these were actual misses and how many of them
They'll
were
have a measurement average, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well,
but we can't just look at it like plainly and be like, he missed.
I don't think you're seeing
38
a lot of
calls.
I don't think you're seeing a lot of batters challenge those minuscule misses.
I've seen quite a few of them.
Well, the Twins challenge every other pitch, it seems like. So
Yeah, and they're good at it.
yeah, they are good at it. That's true.
One thing I like is they have a little picture of whoever challenged while they show it, and you get to see their reaction. And it's really, really fun when they miss really, really badly. And you get that fun reaction. Those are going wild on social media.
There was one batter that challenged the strike call, and it was basically middle, like as perfect of a strike as it could get. And just watching his face when they show on the computer like screen that it was like perfectly down the middle, and he's like, well,
whoops.
I guess I'm never going to be allowed to do this again.
All right, I think we've overdone ABS.
Sure.
What else is going on? Do we want to talk about the Yankees? Do we have to?
I think we've got to talk about the Yankees, and it hurts me because they are my least favorite team. Boo, Yankees.
Sorry, our friends in New York that graciously joined us last week.
And why MLB Talk? We still like you. Please come back on the show.
We like you, just not your team.
So the Yankees, I think that we did a lot of talk about their offense in the offseason. We saw that they didn't necessarily add any better players, and we thought that this season might be a little bit more difficult for them going forward. What we didn't talk enough about was the pitching staff, because it has been absolutely lights out. The Yankees have allowed 8 runs in 7 games. They've played complete series against the Giants and the Mariners, which are 2 good teams.
Do we want to talk about the Giants?
Nels is shaking his head.
Nels
over
is
here
shaking
about
his
one.
head, but I'm going to say the Giants are not going to be a bottom 10 team in the league. So, but I think that it's going to be really interesting because this is a pitching staff that I don't think that we realized that the players that they brought on, like David Bednar at the trade deadline last year, we didn't realize that Camille Duvall, David Bednar, they're going to have a full season in a Yankees uniform. They're going to contribute there. And you've got Cam Schlittler and Max Fried, who have both started 2 games. Neither one has allowed a single run. And that's crazy because Carlos Rodon is going to come back at the end of the month or at the beginning of May. And then you've got Garrett Cole, who's going to come back at the end of May or early June. And it's very possible that you get Clark Schmidt back in time for the playoffs. This team has got not only good pitching right now, but they've got reinforcements that are coming.
It's really unfortunate to see.
I hate to see it.
Yeah, none of us like the Yankees. And I know when we talked to the guys with NYMLB Talk last time, they were less than impressed that I put him at 3rd in the division. He was not a fan of that. And I think, sadly, he probably is going to end up being right. And I'm going to look like an idiot.
We'll see how the health goes, though.
That's true.
You're counting on a lot of bounce backs from injuries with these reinforcements coming, and then nobody else getting hurt in the meantime. Pitching is always a crapshoot because those injuries sneak up on you. So far, so good. 2 weeks in.
Do we want to talk about yesterday with what happened in Pittsburgh?
We can.
Were we done with the Yankees? Because I kind of was.
Yeah.
I'm always done with the Yankees.
Oh, the only other thing I wanted to say about the Yankees, did you guys see Cody Bellinger's catch last night?
I don't know. Was
magic?
I don't know if that was talent or luck.
Oh, it was 100% luck.
Yeah.
So for the crowd, Cody Bellinger, the center fielder for the Yankees, went back on a ball over his head to about the warning track, hit his glove, popped out of his glove, and he just kind of like did a half spin out of a reaction, and it fell right back into his glove again for the out. It was fun
cool.
to watch.
It's a cool looking catch, but it's luck.
Oh, it's pure just instinct of panic of, oh no, the ball popped out of my mitt. Where'd it go? And then the next thing you know, it just fell like right into it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Sandlot. Put your glove there and I'll get it. I'll hit it.
I'll take care of the rest. So let's talk about what happened in Pittsburgh yesterday, because we're starting to see something very interesting with the Pirates this year.
Yeah, they called up Connor Griffin, who is the number one prospect in baseball, 19 years old. Before they called him up, they signed him to a 9-year, $140 million contract.
That's this many.
Yes.
That's a lot of years.
It's the largest contract ever given out to somebody who has never played a single game of Major League Baseball. So they locked up this kid for 9 years. And then he made his debut and immediately hit an RBI double and then scored a run, and the Pirates won the game. So
it's starting to fall into what we've talked about this a lot in the offseason of like, you want to keep Skeens, you want to keep your Cy Young ace, you're going to need to start getting these guys in your system up into the bigs.
And this deal it's great for both sides because it keeps, Connor Griffin in the Pirates uniform for 9 years. And then, like I said, he's only 19, so he'll be 28 when his contract is up, which is he's still right in his prime.
Yeah.
If he's legit, he can parlay that to an even bigger deal. And if he fizzles out, hey, you still walked away with $140 million.
Yeah, because every single dollar that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
He can fall down the stairs tomorrow, never play baseball again. He's getting every dollar.
So we're going to see, I think, more of these kind of deals come through. We've seen them before.
The Tigers did it with Colt Keith a few years ago. They gave him a 7-year extension.
Yeah.
And that was kind of one of the early ones. And now you're seeing it more and more with these top prospects buying out some of their arbitration years. So you pay them more early on, but you get them for a longer time. So it's a nice little trade-off because even the best players for the crowd, when you first come up, you don't make much money. You're in pre-arbitration, which basically means you have no say on your salary. You can't negotiate. You can negotiate an extension, but for that year, it's basically the team says they'll pay you X, and that's what it will be, and it's always low. So a lot of these long-term deals are, we will pay you much more than we have to early on in exchange for you stay with us a few more years before you would normally hit free agency, and it'll be cheaper for us in those years, but you get more money up front. And then, like Ben said, all guaranteed.
And what's the money in baseball going to look like in 9 years?
Well, and then that's the other thing is I've heard a lot of rumblings so next year, the collective bargaining agreement expires for Major League Baseball. So they're going to have to renegotiate an entire collective bargaining agreement. And a big debate on that is potentially implementing a salary cap. And so a lot of these general managers and franchises are thinking if a salary cap does get implemented, that any contracts that are signed before they implement a salary cap will get grandfathered in. So if they can lock up these long-term deals with these players before, and for these players, it's not going to be any of the veteran stars that are close to free agency. It's going to be these young guys who, they can negotiate with for the long term, and it won't hurt their potential cap space later on.
So Connor Griffin signed his contract, and then the next day he got promoted to MLB. He was up at the pros, and the Pirates will not have to worry about talking contract details with him for the next 7 years at a bare minimum if he's going well and they need to talk about an extension.
Is this the right time to announce that we have inked a 9-year deal for $140 million?
Oh, man. We got that kind of money. We need to have a serious talk about how much I'm getting paid today.
Sorry, I signed it without you guys.
All right. But what's more interesting to me is Seattle and Milwaukee both signed minor league players. So Seattle signed Colt Emerson, 8 years, $92 million. Cooper Pratt was signed by Milwaukee at 8 years, $50 million. Both of those players are in AAA right now. So they're not even being called up to the minors. They're just locking them in to make sure that they don't have to worry about anything, manipulating service time as far as bringing them up, sending them back down, purely to gain more years of control over that player's career. But also the interesting thing about that to me is just, you're only getting about 2 years of additional free agency covered with those players. Now, both of those players are going to be 28, 29 by the time they hit free agency again. So if they're great, they're going to get another bite at the apple when it comes to renegotiating a salary and getting another payday. But I think that that's really interesting, is signing these guys and just letting them stay in AAA this year.
I think it's a little bit of betting on the human element of it. Do right by your guys early on, and they'll be more likely to sign with you later. Some guys
depends on your team.
Some guys just chase the paycheck, but there's a lot of guys like a Byron Buxton who are just like, I love it here. My family's here. This is where I want to be. Like, if you do right by your guys, there's a higher likelihood that you could potentially re-sign them. If you kind of jerk them around a bit and try to argue over every little dollar, there's a good chance if there's even an equivalent, they're out.
And good for the Pirates.
Yes, good
Yay,
for the Pirates.
Pirates.
Yes.
Yay, they're wearing the Pirates jersey.
Yeah. They're one of the oldest franchises in MLB, and they haven't won a World Series in almost 50 years, haven't even been to an LCS in 35. They've been bottom feeders for 3 decades running now. So good for them on getting some of these really strong anchor players, and hopefully they can attract some free agents with it.
Out of curiosity, is anyone in the audience a Pirates fan?
Is anybody in
Different
the
pirate,
country
thank you,
a
producer
Pirates
man.
fan?
Does anybody have you
so-
ever heard of Pittsburgh?
So I have
heard of
I have
Pittsburgh.
one more fun fact with Connor Griffin before we move on to the next thing, which my wife back there already has heard this yesterday. So the guy who found Connor Griffin and was pushing to have him signed was none other than the son of Pirates legend Bill Mazeroski. And yesterday, Connor Griffin makes his debut, becomes the youngest Pirates player with an extra base hit in his debut since Bill Mazeroski.
It would have been really
that's really
anticlimactic if that wasn't the answer.
Yeah, but just one of those cool little things that the guy who does the first thing since the 50s of Mazeroski was Mazeroski's son who brought him in.
That's crazy.
The craziest stat about Connor Griffin to me is he's 19 years old and he's married, which is just
Anybody here 19 and married?
Yeah.
That sounds like a reality show on Bravo that we're going to do for our new podcast.
19 and married.
19 and married.
Meg, we can pitch that to Bravo. 19 and married. All right, should we move on?
Let's talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
some more young players,
Well,
because I think that's really been the story of the season.
Oh yeah, this
So
is.
far,
I
yeah.
mean, you're talking about overreactions early on. This may be the greatest rookie class of all time. I mean, these young kids are coming up and they are killing it.
Do we want to overreact to young players or do we want to overreact to teams? Which sounds more fun?
Players.
I want to say
Players.
teams.
We got time for both.
I don't care.
We got time for both.
I'll overreact to anything and everything. You know that.
You're very good at that.
I say players as well.
Shruti, did you hear that? He admitted to overreacting to things.
So right now, it seems like the best rookie in the league is playing for our rival, Cleveland Guardians rookie star Chase DeLauder.
Dude is killing it.
Yeah, he's got 5 home runs so far, and we've played 7 games, so that's a good pace. That'll do.
Barry Bonds, look out. You're about to have your home run
Barry
record shattered by
Bonds.
50.
He's going to hit 120 home runs.
And
Yeah.
he's on pace for 143 home runs this year.
And I will tell you this right now. I will give you my share of the $140 million if he hits that many.
And then we've got, I guess the second best rookie with 2 capitalizations in his last name in Detroit, Kevin McGonigal. How have you liked watching him, Josh?
Kevin McGonigal contract extension when? Why did we wait longer than all these other guys? This dude's the real deal. He can
I like
hit,
it when
man.
he turns into a black cat. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
But he can hit,
Very
he can
powerful.
run. He's played incredible defense at third base. This kid is going to be for real. And I am sorry, Tyler, but you're going to have to deal with watching him hit for a long time in this.
This might just be payback for J-Ram all these years.
Oh, please, please, please. Give us somebody that kills Cleveland.
The Young Bucks are really killing it. I think you're right. This could be the best rookie class we've seen in years and years, and I think it's only going to keep getting better. I don't think Chase Slaughter's going to hit that many home runs. But you never know.
Also, props to the MLB for changing things around to give incentives to teams to bring up these young players early on in the season. So it used to be if you held a player back in the minors before their debut for like 3 weeks, then you gain an extra year of team control on that player. So they would, they would bring them down.
So now it's time for everyone's favorite portion of the episode, which is list off some names. So rookies that have like really shown out. So in Miami, you've got Owen Casey. He's got a 1.08 OPS.
Pride of Canada, Team Canada.
Sal
outfielder.
Stewart for Cincinnati. He's got a 1.316 OPS. And then you've got TJ Field TJ in Colorado. Ron Field. And he's got a 986 OBP. You've got Tristan Peters in the White Sox. He's got a 809 OPS. And Justin Crawford, he got called up, and he's doing league average, which is good given how good his defense has been. But he also got a walk-off on Wednesday, which always feels good. The Phillies team came back from down 4 runs to winning it by 1 in extra innings.
And he has like Olympic medalist sprint speed.
Yes.
So this is going to be
fast.
a dude really fun to watch. If you just like watching baseball players who just run all over everything, he's going to be fun to watch. And our friends in Philly are definitely excited for him.
I know Sean is. Yeah. Definitely.
Do we count the Japanese players as rookies, or where do we consider them?
That's always an interesting debate.
I think you have to.
For those in the crowd, a lot of players from the Japanese baseball league, professional baseball league, will come over to the United States to play in the MLB. The reason that we have this debate about counting them as rookies is they're usually in their mid-20s and have played professional baseball in Japan. So it's not like they're young guns coming out for the first time. They have an established professional career. It just hasn't been in the major leagues. So technically they qualify as a major league rookie, but we look at them as just professionals who have changed leagues a lot of times.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so like Okamoto at third base for Toronto.
And then you've got Murataka Murakami in the White Sox.
Crushing it.
And he's hit 3 home runs so far. There was significant concern that he would have troubles with major league velocities.
Haters.
And I think that he's putting those to rest because he's been really exciting to watch.
Every single one of those is a hater, because if you've ever watched Murakami play before he came over here, dude hits the ball like almost as far as Shohei Ohtani. Like he crushes it. He's got unbelievable power.
Anybody make it to Chicago this summer? Do it.
Hey, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah, you'll get to watch Tristan Peters and Murakami, and
Munetaka
that'll be
Murakami.
worth the price of admission. And I think you'll enjoy yourself.
And then you'll get to watch the White Sox lose, probably.
Yes,
Hey, they won in a walk-off last night on a very exciting play. Run around third, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and Derek Hill lays down a bunt. The catcher had left the game because he took a foul tip off his hand, had to get removed, and they tested the catcher right away with a bunt. Catcher fields it, throws it over the head of the first baseman, and the tying run scored. The winning run moved to second, and then they knocked him in the next batter. So I don't know. They've got some excitement there. The ball's to lay down a bottom of the 9th 2-out bunt. I like it.
In spite of all that, I don't think the White Sox are going to be as good as we thought they were going to be this year.
No, they're not.
They'll be fun, though.
They'll be fun to watch.
They'll be fun, but I think that we were expecting that they would be a frisky team, like someone who wouldn't necessarily be an easy out. And they are proving themselves to be a team that you look at on the schedule and you circle that series as being 3 wins so far.
I'm holding strong. I like the White Sox.
All right.
I think it'll be
Holding it.
fun.
Holding the line.
Well, I think we've hit on some really, really interesting things that have happened so far at the beginning of the season. And I think it's time that we move into some of our favorite segments that are going to involve our live audience.
Ooh.
I actually kind of like my voice this way.
Take advantage of the people that lugged themselves out here for us.
Yeah, thank you guys again for being here. We really do appreciate it. Really quickly, is this anyone's first time listening to Swing and a Miss? Show of hands or cheer?
Yay!
I gotta tell you, I'm really disappointed that there are that many hands because you're all our friends.
Tyler, why did one of your kids raise his hand?
I don't know. He said that he listened to one episode, and apparently that may have been false.
Tyler, come on.
Well, producer man made a good suggestion. Let's do a reset because if this is your first time listening to us, you may not have seen us before. Or you may not know who we are if you've just stumbled into Urban Forage. My name is Ben.
My name's Tyler.
I'm Josh.
I'm Nels.
And we are Swing and a Miss, and thank you so much for being here again. Let's do some ballpark brews. Should we?
Huzzah.
All right.
This will be the most fun one yet.
I know. So we are obviously going to
With the actual brewer just staring daggers at us if we don't
Jeff, turn away. Turn away, Jeff.
we don't give a good grade.
So do we all have different ones?
Yes.
Okay.
There are 4 main ciders that Jeff has on tap for us, and each of us has a different one of those. So we can each, instead of our typical, we all rate the same one. We can all each rate our own specific one.
And for those of you that don't know how we do ballpark brews, we try a different beer every episode, and we rate it based on a different hit in baseball. So single, double, triple.
Or
home
not
run,
hit
or
if
not
it's,
hit if it's
space dust for Ben.
Yeah, space dust is gross. Don't ever get that. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, go for it.
Go for
All
it.
right, I have the dry. So actually, before we do that, everyone that's got a drink, raise it up. Cheers to you guys. Thanks for being here
Yeah,
again.
thanks for coming out, everybody.
Have a sip of your
Appreciate
drink
you
and we'll
spending
try
your
it.
Saturday early afternoon with us. I'm
Okay,
glad our
so-
friends have nothing better to do.
Anybody else have the dry? I got one.
One.
I
All
like
right.
it. I enjoy the dry. I'm not always the biggest cider person because I don't do well with sugar, or sugar doesn't do well with me.
Wait, do
Yeah,
you have the dry or do you have the
He just
herb?
goes crazy and
dry.
starts running around the house.
I do. I get the zoomies. I really enjoy the dry, but I also had the herbed earlier, and I'm not going to rate that because I know somebody else has it. But the dry is really tasty. I give that a solid double.
So what I am drinking is that herbed. And so this is delightful. Like it's like the problem that I've got with ciders, I would say generally is that, like Ben, I like sweet things, but I don't like sweet ciders. And so this is not that at all. And I don't want this to come across the wrong way. It's got a slightly medicinal or like herby, rooty, natural flavor to it. And so that gives it a delightful tartness that I really, really enjoy. And so for me, like this is a solid hustle double.
Delightful Tartness is a great band
Delightful
name.
tartness.
It's a
Delightful
great band name.
tartness. All right, and I am drinking the Sizer over here. For me, I do typically like sweeter drinks. This is not super sweet though. This is like a nice, perfect blend of like sweetness, but also some sharpness to it. It goes down real easy, but it doesn't feel like juice. It feels like a cider. You can taste that it's got the like booziness to it, but it's not overpowering in any of the flavors. They kind of all blend together really well. And I'd say appropriately for our first live show, I would call this a leadoff homer.
There you go.
Oh.
Hey-o.
And then I got the pear cider. I do generally like ciders, and I generally don't like pear ciders because they're bitter. And this one is not. It's got a very, very good balance of sweetness to bitterness. I'd say 80 to 20, which is right in my wheelhouse, as opposed to maybe the other way around with other pear ciders that I've had. So I will give this a screaming triple off of the wall.
Nice.
Very, very good.
Very nice.
Screaming.
Screaming. All right, so that was Ballpark Brews. Now let's move into. I'm sorry. We're a live show, so I'm getting. You wanted to talk, Jeff? We'd love to hear your perspective. Would you like to tell us?
Yeah,
how,
come on.
Yeah,
By
come
all
on the
means.
mic.
Give us a little spiel.
I'm being asked to talk about this, so it's, to be clear.
Producer man
yes.
has brought him in.
I think you guys' assessments are very spot on. A Sizer is a half mead, half cider combo. So it's meant to be a little bit sweet, but not overwhelming like a really sweet mead. Kind of nicely balanced. The herb, which I think you're drinking, has Thai basil and lemongrass in it. A little bit of Monarda, which is also called bee balm. So it's good for your throat. If you're feeling a little bit, stuffy, it's like it kind of
Gravelly.
smooths your throat a little bit.
It's why Ben started with that one early on.
There you go.
true.
It's probably the right one for you. The dry is straight up dry, no sweetness, no sugar added, aged in a barrel, real simple, but it's what I like. It's my favorite. And the pear is made from pear juice. We pick pears in the neighborhood, press them in back, and we make a cider out of it. So
Oh, cool.
Wow.
glad you guys liked them.
Yeah, didn't know that those were like literally neighborhood pears that
These
we
are
got here.
literally neighborhood pears. We pick
Minneapolitan
them
pears. Also a band name.
Yeah, Buzz, what was it
Minneapolitan
again?
Bears. I like that.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you, Jeff.
Jeff.
Thank you,
We
Jeff.
appreciate it.
So if you're in downtown Minneapolis, find yourself looking for something to do, come by Urban Forage and try one of these delicious ciders. They're very
Oh, I
good.
thought you were going to say pick a pear.
Oh, you could do that too,
You can-
apparently.
yeah.
Do you
Pick
find
your own
yourself in
pear.
downtown Minneapolis?
Well, we got
Find
wild,
yourself a pear tree.
we got wild turkeys walking the roads. We got pear trees, all sorts of stuff downtown.
Yeah, you
Minneapolis.
get a nice drink and Thanksgiving dinner.
You find yourself a partridge, you're like,
a partridge.
like 1/6 of the way there.
Yeah, Christmas time.
All right, kids, let's move into, I think, our favorite segment as a show. Except there's no Avery this time.
Aw.
This is usually when we do Avery Demands Answers. Avery is my 4-year-old niece who sends us questions each week about baseball and we answer them. But because we have no Avery today, but we have an audience, maybe we call it
Audience Demands Answers.
So who's got a question? I'm not a fan of the silence, by the way.
Don't be shy.
Well, somebody's got to have a question.
Lindsay liked that one.
All right.
Question for everyone here. What player in MLB, you talked about a lot of rookies, but not counting rookies, what players in MLB currently do you think do not get commensurate media coverage or recognition for their achievements?
Okay, so the question is, what MLB player is maybe underrated, that doesn't get enough media coverage?
Underrated or
From-
just not talked about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the national media.
I
Shohei Ohtani.
No, I want to take this first because it's a player that
I wonder who he
kills my
plays
team.
for.
Kills my
Oh,
team
oh.
all the time. And despite finishing in the top 10 in MVP almost every year, you never hear about him from the national media because he's hidden away in Cleveland. And that's Jose Ramirez.
That was going to be
Yeah.
my pick, too.
If you watch baseball, he's not underrated because you know about him. But if you're just a casual observer and you just look at headlines or, what the national media is talking about, you almost never hear Jose Ramirez's name. This dude is a bona fide first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best players that I've seen play in the last 15, 20 years. And, he doesn't get no attention, but definitely not the attention that he deserves. And it pains me to say that because, as everybody knows, I hate Cleveland. I don't want them to have anything nice ever. And the day he stops wearing a Guardians jersey will be a celebration day for me. But he deserves all the credit in the world.
That was going to be my pick. You stole it out from under
And
me.
last year when we were doing our best third baseman of all time picks, Jose Ramirez was my selection. So I
Never
agree
mind,
with that
overrated
completely.
when you listen to Tyler.
Can we choose players that are retired or is it current
he
players?
said current.
Current.
Man, I wanted to go with Mark Grace.
So I'm going to go to the north side of Chicago and go with Ian Happ. Ian Happ has been batting first, second, or third in that lineup for the past 5 years. He has been nothing but durable, consistent, and really has been, I don't know if you'd say a 5-tool player, but a 4.5-tool player. And because he's never the pinnacle of a star within the Chicago market, I think he gets overshadowed by some of the other players on his team. And Ian Happ is just a dang good baseball player.
That's a really good pick.
Drake Baldwin. I actually don't have a good answer. Like J-Ram was going to be my pick. Well, somebody from Corbin Carroll's not underrated.
No.
You're silly.
He's very properly rated as a star.
J-Ram would have been my number one answer.
As
I really-
Tyler's kid who does not listen to our podcast wearing the Diamondbacks hat.
I can't think of another good one right now.
I was going to go with one of my guys, Logan Webb, who, I think he's finished in the Cy Young voting with 2nd, 6th, and 4th in the last 3 years. And I feel like people don't quite put him on that level. Like, no, he's not Scooble. He's not Skeens. He's not that, one top tier guy, but but I think he's right below it. And I don't think enough people give him credit for how consistent he's been.
He is great.
You know, the Giants stink, so they haven't been in the playoffs a lot. But when they were in the playoffs, he was nails there. He was really solid in the WBC. So on that big stage, he showed up. I think Logan Webb is underrated in the league.
That's a good pick too. He's on that J-Ram level where it's like he gets some notoriety. He's in these, big time award votings, but doesn't get that extra leap of the like, well, he's an actual, they're always competitors for it, but they don't actually get over that hump to win for these awards that are given by writers who, when they underrate somebody, obviously it comes through in the awards.
I hope that sufficed your question, Wade.
Yeah.
Who's got
Thank
the
you,
next
Wade.
question? All right, Big Alex.
Yeah, long time listener, first time caller.
Yay.
But actually not really, because you did join us on one of our earlier podcasts.
I think you've been on twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were bad.
No, they were great. Highest rated episode.
As opposed to our
Oh
good
yeah,
shows,
you,
right?
You filled in for me on the one that I was not around for.
Oh, that
so.
was our good show.
Yeah,
that was
the
yes,
best
that was
show
our
of the
best
year.
show.
All right. What's a team that deserves a 2023 White Sox style rant about how they're performing? Where they're just perennially at the bottom and like you can feel the fan base is just fed up and somebody's going to call into their local sports radio and just go on an 8-minute rant about how terrible they are.
Right now,
Okay, so
Yeah.
the question
Well,
is, sorry, the question is, who is like kind of that really disgusted fan base right now who the team is really kind of bottom of the barrel and nobody is happy. And I see some Twins fans giving me a look, and I'm wondering if that is the answer to that question.
well, the answer that Nels was going to give is, I want to call San Francisco right now.
No.
The easy answer that a lot of people would point to for just horrible performance for a long time is the Colorado Rockies. However, knowing a lot of my coworkers live in Denver, so I hear a lot about the Rockies actually. The fan base doesn't care. They just show up and party. So they're not going to be the ones calling the radio station, as you're saying, going on an 8-minute rant, because all they care about is going to the ballpark and getting blasted. And it shows in the attendance for them because they're one of the better drawing teams in the league, despite the fact that they've been one of the worst teams for the better part of a decade now. So that's kind of the more fun answer the answer to your question is, their 2023 White Sox bad, but their fans don't care because they just show up, have a good time at the ballpark and get drunk, which is kind of what baseball's about sometimes.
That's about as Americana
unlike the
as
Twins
you can
fans here
get.
who expect something.
Well,
the Colorado fans are just like, it's Denver.
Yeah, so
I've got two.
Smoke a few, drink a few, and enjoy the outdoor weather.
I think that there are a couple different ways to approach that question, which is who actually has an expectation of performance and is going to be sorely disappointed this year, and who's been in the gutter for such a long time that they're just sick of it. And so
Well, that's a good point.
the Twins have expectations of doing something, and when the bullpen blows 6 games in a month, there's 100% going to be an 8-minute rant that goes on the radio of K-Fan where someone is just absolutely sick and tired that the Twins didn't invest anything in the bullpen in the offseason, and the offense is going to be doing more than what we expected, and the team could be winning some games, but for a lack of investment, they are not doing anything, and the Twins are going to really disappoint.
Do you think Sir Anthony Dominguez would have made all the
It
difference?
would
there?
have been
It would have
something.
made a little bit of a difference.
Kenley Jansen was my first choice. Sir
Yeah,
Anthony
you're
Dominguez was just like the last viable arm.
I think with the Twins especially, what's really frustrating for fans right now that probably would prompt that 8-minute rant is the poll ads completely gutting the team and then not doing anything to really replace what you gutted. You can't drive a car you take the engine out of. So cutting all these different pieces and getting rid of, they trade away 9 guys at the deadline last year in one day. Why? I don't know what the plan was. And then to see Tom sit in the dugout yesterday and be like, we know this is really a problem. We know. You don't know because you get to sit up in
If
the
you know,
ivory-
do something
Well,
about
one
it.
of you know, do something about
If
it,
you
but you
don't
get to sit
know,
up in the
now you
ivory
know.
tower while the rest of us sit in the rain. The Twins are the clear answer for me. prior to yesterday, I may have included the Pirates as well.
I'm gonna let Nels go, but I have one more when it comes back to me.
I mean, I don't know if
How many we
anybody.
doing?
I don't know if anybody in baseball is at worse than the homeless Athletics right now.
Well, they don't have fans to call into the radio station because they, don't even know
what
where
radio
they
station
are.
to call.
Yeah. Are they calling Sacramento? Are they calling Oakland? Are they calling Vegas?
I can
Nobody
verify that the Oakland Athletics had a very, very strong and loyal fan base.
They did.
Who got their team ripped away from them. And now, the A's are playing in Sacramento. They're going to move to Vegas. It's a mess. A's fans are rightfully very upset.
They should be.
Yes.
The other one for me that I just wanted to touch on real quick before we move on to the next question is I gave you kind of the fake answer because the Rockies have been bad, but their fans don't care. The real answer is the Washington Nationals. They won the World Series in, what was that?
2015.
Yeah, 2019.
19?
Yeah. And then pretty much immediately disintegrated the team. Got rid of everybody. Had no interest in defending that title. They have since gone through a rebuild. Got a bunch of good, young, exciting players and are starting to trade those away. They got a star pitcher in Mackenzie Gore, who was top 3 in the league in strikeouts last year, traded him at the deadline. They've got nothing but young guys, and they're getting these young guys to be good and then trading them away. It's almost like they're just, trying to recycle everything. The second somebody might look like they might make some money, they're like, no, we're not interested in that, and send them away. I think that's got to really hurt as a fan base when you see a team rebuild, get all these young players through the rebuild, and then start flipping the young players before, you get out of that rebuild. So my actual answer to that is the Washington Nationals. They've got a lot of reason for the fans to not be happy over there.
And that answer is so correct. I forgot the Nationals existed.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And
Just wait for CJ Abrams to be flipped at the deadline.
I love his brother's movies.
Ben, famously, they're in the division of your rooting team.
I know.
Yeah.
That's how little I think about them. All right, who's next?
I think our boy
go ahead,
Gunner's got
Gunner.
the mic.
All right, it's pretty simple. If you guys were to be hired as the GM of your franchise tomorrow, how would you fix the team?
Okay, so the question is, if you were hired as the GM of your team, what would you do day one to fix the team?
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
No, please.
no.
Ben would sell the team?
No. To Tom Pohlad. Starting pitching. The Braves did nothing to address starting pitching in the offseason. It came back to bite them in the butt really, really quickly. They've got 5 guys on the IL right now. One is still recovering from Tommy John from last year. That's going to miss the entire season this year. Spencer Strider's on the IL again. Schwellenbach's on the IL. They did nothing to address it. And I with the offense they have assembled, they finally got rid of Ozuna. So you get rid of that black hole in your lineup. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't want him on my team to begin with.
Ozuna from the Braves. No longer from the Braves.
Can't say that anymore. But they did nothing to address pitching. And quite honestly, their farm arms are not that great. So they needed to make a splash. They have trade bait with some of their other position players that could be coming up. You've got the reigning rookie of the year offensively in Drake Baldwin. I'm not exactly a fan of moving him, but he does have the ability to be trade bait. You have Chris Sale. You have Ozzy Albies. You have a lot of these pieces that you could move. You didn't. And it's starting pitching, and that's the easiest answer for me.
I'm Ben, and I want starting pitching. Let's trade my best starting pitcher, Chris Sale.
I'm sorry, if I could get 5 starting pitchers that'll win me 12 games for Chris Sale.
Yeah, for the 39-year-old dude whose arm is probably going to fall off in the next year.
And
or two.
win
You're
another Cy
probably
Young.
not. All right, Nels. Oh, sorry. Nels was.
So I'm tired of the Giants just doing like half measures. They're in the division with the Dodgers, who buy up every good player they can, and then the Giants do things like sign a guy like Tyler Mahle, who pitched last night and did not pitch well. Meanwhile, Framber Valdez, who
my boy,
pitched he went to the Tigers, pitched 6 shutout innings. Giants could have signed him, and they'd have a very, very solid rotation, much like Ben said, you got to have pitching. Instead, they kind of get this stopgap guy. It doesn't work. You can't do that if you're going to be competitive in a division with a team like the Dodgers. You've got to go all in on some of these guys, and the Giants don't do that. They keep kind of doing, like I said, half measures, dancing around it. Oh, we'll do good enough, try and get in the wild card. No, you're either in or you're out. And they got like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and they're hokey-pokeying it. And then that's why they've been around 500 for 4 years. It drives me nuts.
I will say that as a Twins fan, the number one thing that I want to see them do is they went and they did this sell-off. What I want to see them do right now is commit to the next wave of young players. So I am approaching Walker Jenkins, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Kalen Culpepper, and I'm giving them one of those 9-year, $100 million rookie deals, and I'm going to bring them up, and I'm going to try to give them playing time. I'm going to stop giving playing time to Trevor Larnach and Josh Bell.
Oh,
and
why?
Dude, Josh Bell's been decent so far.
he's been
I like
decent,
Josh
but
Bell.
like I don't have anything against Josh Bell, but he doesn't suit where the team is right now. The best thing for Josh Bell is to continue to hit home runs so we can trade him at the deadline for some random single A prospect. But really what I need to do is I need for them to commit to some young players. I would love to see a Joe Ryan extension. And let's start putting some chips in and say, this is going to be the team going forward. Here's the reason for you to care. Here's the reason for you to invest in this team. And then when we get to the next off season, the Twins are in, I'm not going to like say that they're going to be able to spend like the Dodgers or anyone else, but they're certainly able to play in the middle class of what free agency is. And so start doing that, start filling in some of those gaps with 2 and 3 year contracts of veterans and sign some premium bullpen arms or 1 year starters. Like fill out that rotation. Like there's going to be a lot of good stuff that could be done with this team.
Yeah, you're right there with the Josh Bell thing. That's what the Tigers had been doing for the last half decade of just signing a okay veteran guy to a short deal with hopes that they play well enough to flip him at the deadline for something. So my answer, actually, I'm probably the only one at this table who is kind of happy with what my team has done.
Go back 3 episodes and see if he felt that way.
No, but
We have a text message from 2 days ago where he was losing his mind.
Well, so my answer to that question. So we did bolster the rotation, getting Framber Valdez, as you mentioned. They did do what our GM has never done before, and they brought Kevin McGonigal up to start the season, skipped AAA for him, and said this guy makes our team better. They actually did that. I got to give credit there. Bolster the bullpen with Kenley Jansen.
That's nice.
I would have liked to see them address the offensive issues. The offense disappeared in the second half of the season last year to blow a 15.5 game division lead. And really, if we had any semblance of an offense that could do something in the playoffs, had a chance to get to the World Series. So I would have probably tried to find a good power hitting right-handed bat, maybe at first base, because Torkelson unfortunately has looked terrible. But really, I'm actually quite happy with what we've done, and we'll see how I feel come trade deadline. They've always been hesitant to make a big swing, and I think this is the kind of year to make a big swing. So come back to me in 3 months, and I might have a different answer. But overall, I don't hate what they've done. I just, as much as I love our manager AJ Hinch, what I would do as a GM is I would take his little play toys away. We have these players who are not really major league guys that he just determines that he likes a lot. Like currently Drew Anderson, who we just signed. It's his first year back in the MLB in 5 years. He was pitching in Japan and Korea. Brought him back over, and I've been keeping up with the box score of the game that's going on right now. This is his 3rd appearance, and he's given up 3 or more runs in all of those appearances. AJ Hinch likes his little reclamation projects. So if I was the GM, I would take those away.
What's funny is right now the Twins and the Tigers have the exact same record and the exact same run differential. So it's early in the season. And so different feelings for different teams, even though the outcomes have so far been the same.
But that's what a week and a half does to you. The outcomes don't really tell. That's why 162 games is a big deal in baseball, is because 8 to 10 games doesn't tell a story. It shouldn't set your expectations.
All right, so we probably have time for one more question before we move into the next really fun thing we're going to do. So who's got the mic? Oh, let's hear it.
Uh-oh, Daddy Ben.
So you're 2 weeks in. You guys have all done your preseason picks for the league. You've also picked your bottom dwellers. So who's your new dark horse?
So the question is, who's the new dark horse? I didn't hear the audience reaction to that. What was that? Katy Perry. Yes, that is correct. So the question was, after 2 weeks, we've made our predictions for winners and bottom dwellers. Who's our new dark horse team to, I assume, make the playoffs?
You pick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess bottom dwellers who we're now expecting something of, whereas previously we were not.
I know I did not pick Pittsburgh to make the playoffs, but I think Connor Griffin might be able to energize them and get them into a wild card spot. I think I might have flipped on them.
I think I'm going to agree. I think I don't remember specifically where I had Pittsburgh.
I think you had him in the playoffs as a wild card.
I think
last
I
year.
had a wild card, but I think that they may actually win this division.
I had Pittsburgh as a wild card.
Yeah, Tyler had
Tyler had him. Then I'm gonna
Tyler
go,
was ahead of the game.
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh as well.
Yeah.
I am coming around on Ben's Atlanta Braves. I feel like they are delivering more offense than I otherwise expected. And I think that this team is actually going to be better than what I think. Like, there are definitely some pitching issues that they'll need to iron out. But so far, the offense has been far better than what I was thinking that it was going to be.
I'm going to go with a division rival of Ben's team and your pick. I'm actually going to go with the jersey that Ben's currently wearing in the Marlins.
They've been solid.
They've been solid. They're a fun young team. They've got a lot of fun young players. And a note that we have on my computer here of potential things to talk about today that we ended up not talking about. Sandy Alcantara looks right back to where he was when he was a Cy Young winner before he got hurt. If their pitching can keep up and Sandy Alcantara can keep pitching like this and stay healthy, they've got enough fun young. You talked about Owen Casey earlier. Augustine Ramirez was right in it for Rookie of the Year last year as the catcher. They've got a lot of fun young pieces that, I don't know that they're going to necessarily compete for the division per se, but they could be right in the wild card race coming down to the end of it. They're looking strong, and Sandy's resurgence really gives me some confidence that they've got an anchor ace.
You know
in their
what?
rotation
You know what
again.
it is.
It's facing the White Sox and Rockies to start the year.
It's the power of the team.
It's power of the team.
It's the power of the
That
team.
does help, but we're going for overreactions of dark horses 2 weeks in, and that's what I can go off.
I'm
of.
just putting a big stinky caveat on that.
Okay, well, Miami is currently the only team that is top 5 in WAR in hitting, pitching, and fielding.
We don't want to lose the crowd. Let's not talk about war.
All right, just because
What is
you
it
don't
good
like it.
for?
Absolutely nothing. All right. So thank you guys so much for participating in the audience demands answers. Now we're going to need more participation, but you don't actually have to talk into a mic. Sound good?
Yay!
All right. So
That's our job.
what we have are 12 headlines about baseball. They come from all levels, major league all the way down to independent ball. We will read one at a time, and we want you to tell us if you think this is a real or fake headline. Cheer if you think it's real. Boo if you think it's false. Sound good? No, you have to pick one.
I was thinking maybe thumbs up, thumbs down might
we
be
want-
easier
oh,
to
no, we want
differentiate.
noise.
We wanna hear
these people.
I'm just saying sometimes a cheer and a boo sound similar, but we'll go for it.
Well, they're going to do it at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So, okay.
Yeah, forget what I say.
So Josh is going to start.
Okay, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go with the first one on the sheet.
You can pick whichever one you want, fella.
Joel Youngblood gets hits for 2 different teams in one day.
Yeah, so
We're hearing an overwhelming boos on
Yeah.
that one.
yeah, I feel like it was overwhelming boo.
So we're gonna say that the audience says boo, and for the first question, the audience is wrong.
That is a real headline.
In 1982, Joel Youngblood got a hit for the Mets in an afternoon game, got traded that day, flew to Philly, and got a hit for the Expos that night. So two hits.
Well, it's just the
This
headlines.
show is about history too, Gunner.
All
Read
about
up.
history.
We're making history right now.
Learn to read.
All right, go ahead, Tyler.
All right, let's try this one. So, minor leagues known for their fun promotions. So, one minor league team hold a breakup with your partner night, and you got free beer if you signed up to break up with your partner on the Jumbotron. Okay.
So the crowd says real.
I am sorry, crowd, but you got. That is the fake headline.
Hey, so
It makes sense that it would be real.
so crew at the table, should we get a smarter audience for the next time we do this?
Wow. You must not like having an audience, Josh.
no kidding.
I feel like we can bring that to the.
I'm nervous up here.
We
Guys.
can bring that idea to the Saints, and they might let it play.
Man.
I mean, well, if Disco Demolition Night was a precursor to anything, that might get a little bit explosive.
All right, go ahead, Nels.
Oh, I'm up. Okay. New York Yankees outfielder Ping Bodie competes against an ostrich named Percy in a spaghetti eating contest.
There's a lot of indecision on this one.
wait, I can't understand. Cheers for yes, true. Boos for no.
That's about 50-50.
It's a split decision.
That is true. And Ping Bodie beat the ostrich in the spaghetti eating contest. If you can believe it.
That was one we put together all of these, a little while ago. And Nels this morning is like, "Is there room for one more? I've got this headline," and sent us the picture.
It was on today's day. So this happened 1 year, or wait, no, not 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
107 years ago.
107 years ago on this
1919.
day. Yeah.
All right, Ben, your turn.
All right. Team holds therapy dog night after bullpen meltdown causes 12th walk-off loss. Oh, booze at the end there. Sounds like it was a win for the Cheers. It is fake.
But a loud, proud gunner gets his flowers.
That is a fake headline.
All right. My next one. A snail delays a game at home plate. It's a pretty mixed.
I don't know. I felt like the
That was
booze,
The boos were a little louder.
the booze kind of took over there at the end.
So yet again, I have fooled you all. That is a real one. In a 2022 game between the Giants and the Cubs, a snail slowly crawled across home plate, forcing the umpire to stop play while it was removed.
I like how the snail forced the umpire.
Yeah.
To stop
He
play.
had no choice.
Like the snail made some threatening, remarks.
Had
and-
no
and
choice
mentioned-
but to
yeah.
call a technical foul.
It was the first ABS system. It was the snail, actually.
All right.
The snail got ejected.
Am I up?
I think Tyler's.
Tyler's up?
All right. A pitcher throws 4 strikeouts in 1 inning. Cheers for true. Boos for false. I'm sorry, that happened. So we had AJ Burnett strike out 4 batters in an inning. There was a dropped third strike, and the batter reached first base.
I feel like that's happened a lot, hasn't it?
It has, but that's the particular headline that he was
This is the
ripping
one
off.
that I chose.
Okay.
Am I up or you up, Nels?
No, go ahead, Ben.
All right. Umpire calls dead ball after chicken runs onto field and gets hit by play.
Cheer.
That was very confusing yeses and nos. This is real. This happened in a 2019 Padres spring training game where a chicken was hit on the field after it wandered onto it.
Not quite a Randy Johnson seagull killing, but
No, wasn't the same.
All right. Let's see. We have clubhouse fight breaks out after player eats entire postgame spread before team arrives. That sounded like overwhelming booze. They're on to us. You can't fool them anymore. That is a fake one.
Yeah, that is fake.
They're on to us.
they're learning our cadences.
Only got a few more left. Josh, do you have any left?
I got one more.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Pitcher. So this one's going to need a little bit of explaining, I think, to the crowd because I don't know that even a lot of baseball fans understand what a balk is. So to set the scene, so a balk is when a pitcher makes like a fake move without stepping off the mound. So it's like an illegal move to deceive the runner into thinking that you're going to throw a pitch home. And instead you try to get the runner caught to like throw them out instead of pitching. And if that happens, time is called and the umpire awards the runners 1 base automatically. They get to go to the next base. So this headline is, pitcher balks 3 times in one pitch attempt and walks in a run without throwing the ball. Well, it's actually not true. However, that nearly happened despite the headline that Ben made fake. That almost happened in the Tigers game a couple days ago. Reliever came in with a runner on first, balked twice in one pitch, got the runner over to third, did not balk a third time, threw a pitch, and that batter drove the runner in from third on a single. So very close, but not quite.
Could have done it. Could have done it. All right. So here's another headline. After losing streak, manager announces a new strategy. He's just going to, let the players play and let's see what happens. I'm sorry. That one is false. False.
It didn't explicitly happen, but that's what the Rockies have done for the last 15 years. Just throw some guys out there and we'll see.
All right, Nels, let's hear your last one.
Oh, one of these.
Let's see. Let's go with, in 2024, a minor league team hosted Toilet Row for a game to promote Roto-Rooter.
And the crowd goes silent.
Yeah.
They had cushioned toilet seats behind home plate.
Oh, no, they turned.
They turned.
They turned. They thought it was fake, but it's real.
It is real.
Got him. We got him.
The High A affiliate for the Guardians introduced 8 cushioned toilet seats directly behind home plate.
That'll get confusing after a couple of things of nachos.
No,
Yeah,
they
no
just,
kidding.
it's like your seat cushion. Like you bring one of those like padded cushions to put on your bleacher seat. They just put 8 padded toilet seats.
Was it a
down.
suburban home in 1989? Because there were a lot of padded toilets.
Yeah, they might have put the plastic over top of it too.
All right,
All right, Ben, one last one.
I've got one last one. We'll do some trivia and we'll wrap it up. Okay, guys? So my last one is team installs bullpen hot tub to improve pitcher relaxation during games. I'm getting a few boos, but mostly yeses. That is fake.
I think the audience played this game wrong. They cheered for the ones that they really, really wanted to be true. Not necessarily that they thought would be true, but the ones where if it was true, it would make them infinitely happy.
Yeah. It's a
I
lot
want
funnier.
my boss to install a hot tub, so if I'm just a little stressed out,
So
I
wait,
can just hop
Ben,
in.
did you just come up with these like off the dome?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ben might need to go into some marketing for some of these minor league teams because it looks like the crowd really liked some of your fake ideas.
One that I didn't put on the list was that a minor league team hosted Nickelback night and people actually came.
Yeah, that was a real one.
That was real. I just liked that one. I thought it was funny. All right, let's do some trivia. I know we had a second session of trivia scheduled, but
That's fine.
We're a little over on time.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll wrap up with this.
All right, kids. So we're going to do some trivia, and this is going to be all about Great Lakes born baseball players. So Great Lakes states born baseball players. So Tyler, I need you to look away because I can't turn my computer.
Hey,
that
Ben.
I
far.
will look away. I will let my eyes go completely blurry so I can't focus
Hey,
on
Ben,
anything.
does Indiana count?
No.
Okay.
It's Indiana.
It's close enough, but it's not technically.
Indiana doesn't
like-
count for
Get
anything.
yourself a
Okay.
map, sir.
Well, I just need to know
Okay,
if it's just the region and
So
you
we're
draw a
gonna-
circle, or if you're direct.
They don't have baseball there.
that's true.
born. Indiana born.
Yeah, born.
players.
So the way that trivia works, I give them a chance to answer the question. However, since we have an audience, if somebody knows it and they don't, please feel free to shout it out. Question 1 is going to go to Tyler. How many Major League Baseball Hall of Famers have been born in the Twin Cities, and can you name them?
Oh, okay. Pride of St. Paul, Joe Mauer.
I was going to say I need his actual name.
Pride of St. Paul, Paul Molitor. Pride of St. Paul, Dave Winfield.
You got one left.
University of Minnesota basketball player Dave Winfield.
Yeah, University of Minnesota basketball player Dave Winfield. And another one, I do not know. I do not know the fourth one.
Josh?
Wade knows.
Wade? Go ahead, Wade.
Friday St. Paul, Jack Morris.
That's absolutely
Jack
correct.
Morris.
Jack Morris.
Jack.
Jack Morris.
I knew that.
Former Tiger and his twin.
What'd he ever do?
Very nice, Wade.
What did he ever do?
Won a World Series.
Yeah.
Or 2.
All right, Josh.
Yes.
How many years did Robin Yount play in the major leagues? Who did he play for? And what was his career batting average?
Oy vey.
What on earth?
21 years.
With what team?
I don't
sorry.
know if it's
Hold
his
on, sorry.
entire career,
Hold on,
but the Brewers for at least most of
I
his
read
career.
part of the question wrong because I changed it last night.
Okay.
How many years did he play in major leagues? What state was he born in? And what was his career average?
Oh, okay. Well, he played for the Brewers, so I'm just going to go ahead and say Wisconsin.
No,
No. Was it 21 years?
20.
20. Career batting average 308.
20 years. He was born in Danville, Illinois.
Illinois.
And his career batting average was 285.
Oh. But he had 3,000 hits, right?
He did.
Yeah.
All right, Nelson.
Good job, Ryan Yount.
Yeah.
What Great Lakes State team was the first to wear pinstripe uniforms?
I will go with the Chicago White Sox.
No.
I have a guess.
Okay.
The Tigers.
No.
Oh,
I have a guess.
We have an audience.
I have a
I have
guess.
an audience that wants to
Okay,
guess. Audience
okay.
member that wants to guess. It is the Cubs.
Oh, wrong Chicago team.
Now, Gunner, what year? What year?
1907.
1907.
yeah! Way to go!
What? They introduced the pinstripes in 1907, won the World Series in 1908, and then went 108 years before they did anything again.
Anybody have an idea when the Yankees introduced pinstripes?
1908.
No. Very close.
1911.
Closer.
1999.
1912. 1912. Good job, Gunner. All right, who's up? You?
Oh yeah, I'm up.
right.
Yeah, it's me.
Born in Auburndale, Wisconsin, what Major League Baseball pitcher was dubbed to have an unbreakable jaw because he took a line drive by Jason Kipnis at over 100 miles per hour? He
man.
walked away with only a bruise.
Mark Burley?
No.
Okay.
I remember this happening, but I
That's-
don't remember who it was. So I'm going to have to pass because I don't remember who it was.
Nels?
I remember Mike Hampton having a heck of a jawline.
I was going to go with Robin Ventura for when he charged the mound and Nolan Ryan beat the crap out of his face at 42 years old.
Yeah, but this is
No.
a pitcher.
I know. That's why
Robin
I can't use
Ventura
that.
famously
Is it not
beat up
Mike
pitchers.
Hampton?
It's
Got
not
beat
Mike
up.
Hampton. Anybody in the crowd know the answer? The answer is Jordan Zimmerman.
Former Tiger.
And this is fun. This is a fun piece of trivia. He was protected from injury by metal plates he had inserted in college due to a similar injury.
Oh.
I wonder if we'll do that preemptively from here on out. Just in
And
case.
he never pitched a good outing for the Tigers ever again.
Yeah, well, things happen. All right,
I
Josh.
think that
you're
happened
up.
when he was in Washington, though.
All right, Josh. What Ohio-born Major League Baseball outfielder skipped 2 grades, graduating high school at 15, and attended college initially on a basketball scholarship?
Basketball scholarship.
Dave Winfield. No, he's from here.
Pride of St. Paul.
No, I know. I'm just
One
trying
of
to
the-
think of
one of the prides of
basketball
St. Paul.
playing.
You would never associate this guy with basketball.
I don't know.
Nels?
I got nothing.
Did you say he was Hall of Fame or no? Just regular MLB player?
I believe he's not in the Hall of Fame, but I
Okay.
could be wrong.
Well, that's why I was going to say Ryan Terriu.
No.
Okay.
Let's see. I will go with
Frank Catalanato.
Mookie Betts.
No.
Okay.
Anybody in the audience know the answer?
You've stumped them all, Ben.
David Justice.
Oh, that guy. Mr. Mariah Carey.
Yes, sir. No, Halle Berry.
I think both.
Yeah, fair
Good
enough.
for him.
Good for him. All right, Nels, last one.
Yeah.
What Michigander was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals NFL franchise in 1979, despite never playing college football, but is somehow still in the College Football Hall of Fame?
What in the world?
Yep,
And this is a baseball player.
he is.
Okay, good.
And a relatively famous one.
Oh. We'll go with Ozzie Smith.
No. Tyler?
Drafted in 1979 by the St. Louis Cardinals.
Correct.
Okay. Let's go with Bob Gibson.
You are very close, but you are incorrect.
Okay.
I wouldn't call that very close, considering Bob Gibson famously had won the Cy Young in 1968, so would not have been drafted.
I didn't say he was
in
close in
79.
years. I said he was close, and you'll understand when you hear the answer.
It's either a Bob or a Gibson. I don't know.
Oh,
Wait.
I know which Gibson it is.
Yeah.
Hold on, does the audience know which Gibson
Is
it
it
is?
Kurt Gibson?
Mel Gibson.
You're not in the audience. Yes, it's Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
No, it's Kurt Gibson.
Famously from the Great
What?
Lakes states.
Wide receiver for Michigan State.
All right, and we have one last question to wrap this wonderful day up.
Also,
with.
really quickly, Halle Berry.
Oh, I was right.
Only.
That doesn't happen
Not
very
both.
often.
Whatever.
All right. We have one last question. We're going to wrap this up, guys. What's the best Minnesota-based baseball podcast? Swing and a miss is correct.
Hey, you got it.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. Play the game. Love the game. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.